Our next guests are very talented actors and musicians who are starring in the new musical Maybe Happy Ending, which is playing now on Broadway at the Belasco Theater. Please welcome to the show Darren Criss and Helen J. Shen, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Monday is the Dark Night on Broadway, so this would be your day off. What would you be doing on a normal day off, if not here?
I'd rather be here at late night with Seth Meyers.
So the other Mondays are the bummer.
Yeah, they really are. I don't know. It's nice to take 8 shows a week. At some point, you got to rest. What are you doing, Helen?
I'm watching Gilmore Girls for like the 38th time.
It's still finding new stuff?
Yeah, I actually am.
That's great. This is your Broadway debut.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
It is at the Belasco Theater. You have performed at the Belasco Theater.
I have, yeah. I was there almost 10 years ago doing one of my favorite shows, Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Yeah.
That was very special for me. So I find it very poetic that my return there, I'm no longer the underclassman.
Yeah.
I'm the upperclassman, ushering in the new young Turks.
Fresh meat, I am.
Exactly. So it's.
And is it true
fun.
that there's maybe, like, as a vet of the Belasco, you might have some, like, advice to everybody?
Oh, I don't know. I would say, it is somewhat infamously for Broadway nerds or civilians alike. It is one of the most haunted theaters on Broadway. So
I like that it's not the only haunted. It's one of the most
It is
most
the
haunted.
most haunted. Yeah.
In general, they're all a little haunted.
This is the premier haunted theater. So hopefully we're adding to that spooky lore.
That's great. You both went to University of Michigan.
Go Blue.
Yes, we did.
Go
Go
Blue.
Blue. That's right. Yeah.
But you did not. I'm assuming this is the first time you met. Is this show? Is that?
The legend has it that we were at a similar event when I went back to.
I remember it. He doesn't remember. It's okay.
It's all right. It sounds like I was visiting college again.
Do you remember there was a girl there who was talking about watching Gilmore Girls for the third time?
For the third time, yeah. It might have been the first time.
Yeah, right. It might have been.
And I said, talk to me when you've gotten into the 30s, and we can have a discussion. I've already prepped Helen that she will also return to the University of Michigan to do some such alumni thing, and they'll all be like, oh my gosh, like the star of Maybe Happy Ending. I love that show. So get ready, honey, it's happening, whether you like it or not.
Your parents came to the show. We have a video of your parents coming to the show.
Yep.
Do you want to explain to us what we're going to be looking for here?
Yeah, you're going to be looking at my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this your dad lovingly coming and giving his daughter a hug after a show?
It's not.
Okay.
It's me and my mother sharing a wonderful, amazing connection moment, and then my dad wanting to give us our space, bless him, and also being more excited to talk to Des Duran, our other co-star, who is amazing.
Captain Dreamboat from Planet Handsome.
Correct.
So let's see if we can notice the subtle moment where Helen's father ices her. Let's take a look.
He left. He doesn't want to say hi to me.
Yeah. I like that. It looks like your mom sent security. Like, go get that guy.
Yeah. It looks like self-preservation. It's like when someone waves to you and it's not to you. Sees his daughter's having a moment. He's like, I'm just gonna look.
He is so. He's the best.
They're
the
fantastic.
best. And then after, obviously, they're both so proud of me and so excited for me. But that video is really.
It's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
There's a very novel idea for a play. This is you are retired robots living in Seoul. This, I would imagine, when you first read it, it obviously was unlike anything you've ever read before. Did you have any sense of what it could be on stage?
I had no idea. I will say, when you're trying to explain this show, I think like many of our favorite shows, like if I was trying to pitch you, I don't know, Batman or Back to the Future or Star Wars, on paper you're like, what are you talking about? It's a guy, a Phantom of an Opera. It's a demon barber who kills people. All these things that are widely popular. On paper, it's a bit of a uphill climb. Our director, Michael Arden, who this is his second show after winning winning the Tony for directing Parade. He has told us when he first got this, he thought this was like the dumbest idea for a musical. He'd be the first to tell you. But like many of those other things, it's about what's going on in the heart of it, what's really happening in the story, the characters, and all the wonderful other things that we love about good storytelling. But yeah, the music, I think, is stupendous. And the story is deliriously touching and very human. And so it was kind of a no-brainer for both of us. And, and I'm still being vague.
Well, it's really funny because you talk about like how the humanity is the core of it, and yet you guys are playing robots, and also a plant is a main character in the show.
Yeah. You want to talk about Hua Boon?
Oh, the diva herself.
Yeah, the diva herself.
Hua Boon.
This is a plant that has its own Instagram account now.
Instagram is in the bio, headshot, 9 yards, everything.
It's all nepotism. I think he's
yeah.
the plant from Little Shop's like
Second cousin.
Second cousin.
And then
It's who you know.
Yeah. Once you get a leaf in the door. Yeah.
As they say.
As they say.
But he's still pretty green, if I'm being honest.
Where was it grown for him? Leaf in the door gets it grown.
Where's the grown? Sorry. All right. That's terrible.
This is a show premiered in Seoul, correct? Mostly Asian American cast, and I feel like the audience has certainly been turning out. A lot of theater goers of Asian descent. That must be special when you're on stage and you look out and see that.
It's amazing. I think, talking to people at the stage door, seeing it, seeing faces out in the audience. To me, as an Asian American actor, that's what I am. I am that audience member. I am that person at the stage door, like, championing and just trying to cheerlead my way through. And whenever I see amazing representation, I'm like so excited about the doors that opens. So it's so humbling to now stand on the other side of that barricade and be a part of something like this.
Yeah. I agree. I couldn't have said any better.
Obviously, it's your Broadway debut, and you've done shows on Broadway, but like I think any play you ever mount, even if it is in college, there are times where you maybe don't feel like you figured it out yet, and then when you realize it's working, how soon into this process did you realize, oh, this is something good?
Well, you're always cautiously optimistic about the things that you're involved with it in any capacity. But as an artist, I keep telling people, like, I really didn't want to sound like I was just smelling my own farts when they're like, how's your show? And I'm like, oh, it's great. I think it's really special, but that's what every actor says about what they're doing. So the reaction that we've had to this show has been so incredibly encouraging because you go, good, I'm not crazy. This is a special thing, and I think it's so much bigger than the people in it that have made it. If you get the opportunity to see the show, those of you home and those of you in the studio audience, there's a real special newness to this that is very rare on Broadway. It's very hard to put up an original piece. A lot of things are based on familiar IP and books and movies and stuff like that because audiences need to feel some kind of familiarity with stuff. But when you can swing hard enough to do something wildly original, the dividends that are paid on that are really extraordinary. And we get to feel that. And I think it's such a huge win for our community as consumers of art, but also makers of art. So
we knew the story was so special from first table read. And beyond. Like
there's a particular dazzle to the show that I don't want to give away, but let's just say the production value is really high. If you're looking for a Broadway spectacle, you will find it in Maybe Happy Ending. But the beautiful thing is, even without all that, just actors, chairs, table, and a piano, we were on the floor. It's an extraordinarily moving piece. It's one of the most remarkable moving pieces of art I have ever had the great privilege of being part of in my life.
When you are, I feel like when you're doing comedy, right? Like you can tell, like based on the audience reaction, you're like, oh, they're laughing, it's good. Like this is, and it's not like it's absent of humor, but like it works on this emotional reaction from the audience. Do you need to wait till the show's over for people to tell you, or can you just sense from the audience, like even in their silence, you can be like, oh, they're with it?
There's sniffles. There are things that, and make no mistake, people are like, oh, is it sad? I hear people cry. I'm like, it's not sad. It's moving. There's a difference. There's a catharsis.
Can you tell the difference between a moving sniffle or just a New York has a cold sniffle?
It starts to get a little cloudy this time of year. Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, we were really killing it tonight. You're like, no, there's a flu.
There's
the flu going around. I'll
but that's
take
really special to hear that you can tell on stage. Are you? I mean, again, you have to be in character and you have to be in the moment. But like, do you allow yourself? Certainly, when a show like this is opening, do you allow yourself moments to just like let it come in and be like, ah, yes, they're with us, and this is really special?
I do, because I'm a big believer. As much as you're supposed to pretend the audience isn't there, you're there. And you are the other cast member of the experience, just like the other people on the subway are the people you are with, whether you like it or not. And they are
I like it.
They are they're an
say that.
integral part of the story, you know? So their energy is what gives us energy, and it's a symbiotic relationship. So yes, I do. You know, you try not to give it too much credence because you have a job to do, but you know, you're there for each other. That's why theater is such a sacred space. It's a place where people for thousands of years decide consciously to take time out of their day to experience some kind of catharsis with strangers. And that's why I think it's one of the most wonderful art forms to be a part of.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the show, congratulations. Congratulations on your Broadway
Thank you
debut
so much.
and being here. It's
It's
lovely
a great
to meet
show.
you.
We love it so much.
Lovely to see you. Darren Criss and Helen J. Shen, everybody, Maybe Happy Ending is playing now at the Belasco Theater. Stick around, we'll be right back.